I've been living in Kuala Lumpur for many years. There are two places in Kuala Lumpur that is most popular among the local hikers. One is Bukit Kiara and the other one is what I'm going to talk about today, Bukit Kiara. If you have been to Bukit Kiara for many times, then what I'm going to talk about will probably be something that you already know. But if you are an occasional hiker, then this will be a detailed guide for you to have a better understanding of all the trails inside Bukit Kiara and where are the entrances. Let's dive in. So let's divide it into a few sections. First, I'll talk about the different entrances that you can use to enter Bukit Kiara. Then I'll talk about how easy to navigate and how challenging the trails are. And lastly, I will then also show you the popular places that you can visit during your hike. There are many entrances into the trails, and the most popular one, and is also my favorite, is the one that is at Taman Persekutuan main entrance. This is the most prominent one and is also the most well-maintained one. And I like it because that is the only one that you can use the toilet facilities before you go in. Please note that there are no toilets inside the entire hiking area. Parking is available, but spaces are limited, so if you can't get one, you can park your car at the residential area across the road. The second one is the main entrance of Kiara Hill Walk. This one is located just about 3 to 5 minutes of walk from Taman Persekutuan main entrance. Over here, you can park your car alongside the road outside the guardhouse, and that is official. And besides, there are some vendors selling snacks and drinks over here, especially in the morning. Although there's a guardhouse, but you do not need to pay to enter. Once you enter the guardhouse, you will find a well-paved path that leads in. There are designated areas where you can sit and rest, and there are also spots for outdoor exercise. These two entrances that I mentioned just now are located at this site, that is at the site of Taman Tun Dr. Ismail. So if you come from the other side, that is from Mount Kiara, the best way to enter Bukit Kiara is by using the trailhead just directly opposite Kiara Mas Ayuria condominium. Unlike the two that I mentioned just now, this trailhead is unofficial. Fortunately, it is easy to find, because it's just directly across the road of the condominium's main entrance. And once you enter, if you are aware of it, there's an abandoned car on your left. Being unofficial, there's no toilet facilities available, and no vendor is selling anything except there's a small eatery about 100 meters away from the trailhead. You can park your car along the road, but please be mindful that don't block anyone, and this is a residential area. Another alternative is to use the entrance at Sri Hatamas. It is located along the highway behind Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sri Hatamas. Now, this entrance is less popular because there's no parking available along the highway, and I have to park my car far away, that is somewhere near to the school, which requires about 7 minutes of walk to reach the trailhead. The trailhead is marked by a metal gate with a number 10, and this entrance is the shortest road to Bukit Kiara waterfall. So when I tried to find a waterfall that day, I chose this road. However, I do not recommend it due to the difficulties of finding nearby parking and the absence of restrooms. Alright, now let's move on to the next section, that is how easy or difficult of all these hiking trails in Bukit Kiara. Well, if you are inside Bukit Kiara, you'll find that there are several large signboards, especially at the trailhead, that marks the several different color trails. So my initial thought was to follow the color trails, which is red, yellow, blue, and even red. But however, after I tried for my first hike, I realized that it is nearly impossible to follow the color because there are too many interchanges, diversions, converging
So now you see that it's
paths.
really impossible to follow the color of the trail because just too many diversion. If you look here to this lady is going up, and but walk downward, there's another fork, one to the right, the gentleman there, and one on the left. So it's nearly impossible, and there's no more marking over here.
The more helpful indicator are the vertical sign at various junctions. Now these signs indicate the direction of different trails. Now to use this sign effectively, you need a hiking app to display the name of each trail, as the actual trails are not labeled with the respective names. So my conclusion is the most effective approach is to use a hiking app. When I explore any new areas for the first time, I always plan my route by using the app. So if I got lost or stray away from the intended path, I can easily find my way back to the right path. How challenging are these trails? Hiking on these trails are actually quite easy. And primarily is because the highest peak is only about 250 meters. So there isn't much of lots of uphill climb. However, there are certain sections you do need to climb a short distance, probably about 40 degrees, 45 degrees.
Up to the Nori Trail.
And one of the examples is the Nuri Trail. That is one of the steepest parts of all. Then you need to use this trail to visit the Angkor Wat tree and the Temple Rock. Besides that, certain areas, for example, the rock garden trails are quite rocky. But overall, most of the trails are pretty easy. And most of the fallen trees that previously blocked the trails have already been cleared and removed, making it very easy and very enjoyable to hike. I even saw a family hiking with young boys who appeared to be about just 3 years old, and he managed to complete the trail without any trouble. So much about different entrances and how difficult it is to hike in Bukit Kiara. So now I would like to introduce to you the places worth for you to stop by during your hike. And I'll also provide the GPS, the coordinates for you so that you can find them easily. I'll leave them in the description below the video, and of course you can copy and paste from my blog post with the similar title. The first one I visited was the Bukit Kiara Lake, and it is a small lake located on the right side of the Taman road. Consider you come in from Taman side. While it is not much to see, it is a serene spot built for hikers. So if let's say you come during the weekend where lots of hikers and it's very busy, if you want to choose a quieter hiking area, this is a place that you should go. After that, I returned to the Taman road, going to the left side, and on the way up hiking to the Twin Peak. From here, you can enjoy a panoramic view of Kuala Lumpur city from the viewpoint. Then I divert a little bit to visit the Angkor Wat tree. It is a tree with multiple roots that tangle over the rocks, resembling the tree that is at Angkor Wat. And next to it, not too far away, is a rock that used to be a temple. It's now called Temple Rock. You can access to these two places by using the Nuri Trail. And please be careful because Nuri Trail is pretty steep. After that, I returned to the main trail towards Twin Peak, and not far from there on the right side, there's a small trail going downhill, and there's a big rock over there. And please take note that there is a sign indicate that there's a large beehive further away after the rock, so please do not proceed beyond that point. And after that, I returned back to the main trails, and before I reach the peak, that is called Bamboo Eye. This is one of the most beautiful viewpoints of the whole Bukit Kiara. It is just about 5 to 10 minutes of hiking from the peak. And the beauty of this spot comes from the bamboo, which grows on one side and then bends over to the other side of the hiking trail, forming a circle along the path. This is a bamboo stop on the way to Angkor Wat.
So I returned
Finally,
to the peak.
I reached the peak of Bukit Kiara,
Apparently
which
there are
is
so
just
many
about slightly
junctions.
over 250 meters. It marks the midpoint between the Taman entrance and the Ayurveda condominium's entrance. And getting to this spot from either entrance will take about the same time. So I continue trekking after the peak and continue my hike towards Mount Kiara side, and then I reach a junction called Simpang Tiga. Simpang Tiga is a junction when 3 different trails converge together. One towards the Taman side, the other one towards Ayurveda condominium, and the third one going up to Twin Peak. So I walk a little bit further and I'll reach gate 5, which is a metal gate, and that is the border of the Taman side of Bukit Kiara and Mount Kiara side of Bukit Kiara. So for that day, I'll stop there and return, and I plan to visit the other side, that is those places that is close to Mount Kiara, on another day.
According to someone that I met, if you continue walking for another 30 minutes, it will reach Mount Kiara. But I think trail.
I have another trip coming in from Mount Kiara side, from the entrance at Ayurveda condominium, and the first one I would like to mention is the Starbucks corner. Of course, there's nobody selling coffee over there, but there are benches and there are tables. You can bring your own food and you can have your picnic over there. When I was there was a group of ladies enjoying music and food and relaxing, chatting, enjoy the nature. Not far away from Starbucks is Bamboo Point. This is the section of the trail that is very charming with abundance of bamboo bushes. There's tables and benches available, so there is a perfect place if you want to take a break during your hike. From here, if you want to explore Bukit Kiara that is near to Sri Hartama site, you can visit the Big Rock. On that day, I managed to find 2 big rocks and I managed to get the GPS for one of them. This part is less frequently being used by the hikers. You are unlikely to encounter many people if you're visiting during weekdays. On the day I hiked in this area, I only came across 2 people throughout my hike. I then followed my GPS to reach the Bukit Kiara waterfalls. During my visit, the waterfall has been reduced to a small stream because it wasn't the rainy season.
This is where the water is supposed to flow down. Not much water, it's like a small stream today.
Besides all the above places of interest, I would like to mention 2 more places. The first one is called Hawa, H-A-W-A, which is a medicinal plant garden next to the Taman route, which is about 5 to 10 minutes walk from the Kiara Hill Walk entrance. The garden, there are benches, and this is a very, very beautiful place. And the second thing I want to mention is about an ongoing development in this area. There's a large-scale construction taking place, and one of the projects is near the entrance of Kiara Mas Ayurveda trailhead. While this may not be an attraction, there is definitely a significant threat to the existence of the green lungs in Kuala Lumpur. So if you are interested, you can reach this place and take a look. I will leave the GPS for you in the description below the video. That's all I want to tell you about the Bukit Kiara trails, and I hope what I mentioned to you is of use to you. Now, if you have not been there before, please make a visit to Bukit Kiara. And if you have been there before but you might have not visiting all those places that I have mentioned, I hope this short video will be of use to you for you to plan for your next hiking. Thanks for watching, and I hope I will meet you in one of my hiking trails one day. Peace.